was doing nothing but telling the truth. I heard her say it, and I repeated it. I'm grown, and I do what I want. You know who I am. I'm Jackie Christie. That ain't gonna change.
It looks like Jackie Christie may have finally gone too far. For years, her husband Doe has stood quietly by her side through all the wild drama. But now, things are changing. Doe, the man who rarely speaks up on camera, has reportedly had enough. And when the truth started to leak out, it wasn't just the usual gossip, it was a full-blown explosion of receipts, family tea, and emotional damage. Let's break down everything that's going on, because Jackie's world might be crumbling right before our eyes.
One of these lunatic, jughead, simple bitches had the audacity to say what?
That you were caught prostituting some back in 1987 or something back in the day.
Ask me, bitch, and I'll tell you no. I done a lot, okay? But prostitution ain't one.
If you've ever watched even a single episode of Basketball Wives, then you probably know who Jackie Christie is. She's been one of the loudest, most unpredictable personalities on the show from the very beginning. And right behind her, almost like her shadow, has always been Doe. He's the quiet, calm husband who rarely says a word. While Jackie caused chaos at dinners, arguments, and reunions, Doe was always in the background, arms crossed, face unreadable, like a bodyguard watching over his queen. He didn't interrupt. He didn't argue. He simply stood there, like he had taken a vow of silence for reality TV. But that silence? It's officially over. According to people close to the couple, Doe has been slowly unraveling behind the scenes. And no, this didn't just happen overnight. Doe has stood by Jackie's side for over 2 decades. That's 20+ years of wild arguments, social media backlash, public fights, and Jackie's attempts to dominate every scene she's in. He's been there through her feuds with cast members like Malaysia Pargo. He stood silently while Jackie insisted on being the mother figure of the group, even when the rest of the cast made it clear they weren't feeling it. He sat through awkward vacations, dramatic confrontations, and emotional reunions, all without raising his voice.
But you better keep your ass in that seat, tramp. That's what you better do. You right, Dumbo ears. Yeah, I got a lot of husbands about these ears, bitch. Get a husband. That 48-year-old been working, bitch. You right.
Retire.
But being quiet doesn't mean he was okay. Insiders are now saying Doe has been emotionally worn out for years, not just from the show, but from his life with Jackie off camera. It turns out Jackie wasn't just running the show on TV. Behind closed doors, she allegedly tried to manage every single part of Doe's life. His schedule, his phone, even who he could speak to when the cameras weren't rolling, she reportedly wanted control over it all. What once looked like loyalty from the outside is now being seen in a very different light. It might have been control disguised as love. People began noticing changes in Doe recently. He hasn't been showing up in public as often. He's not featured in Jackie's social media posts like he used to be. The once inseparable couple isn't moving as a unit anymore.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. It makes me sick.
She said a lot of things that actually hurt my feelings as a mom.
Sources close to them say it's the same old pattern, Jackie trying to decide who Doe interacts with, where he can go, and how he presents himself to the public. Remember when Jackie used to say she and Doe were one person? At first, it sounded romantic, but now it's being interpreted as something much more controlling. She may have truly believed it, but people around them say she acted like Doe wasn't allowed to function without her. Friends claim Doe was rarely allowed to maintain his own friendships. His social circle shrunk to only include people Jackie approved of. He reportedly couldn't go anywhere without checking in. Every public move had to be cleared with her first. And whenever fans asked how their marriage had lasted so long, Jackie would say she kept it tight. Now, people are realizing that tight may have actually meant lockdown.
I'm gonna keep doing this. I think it's beneath me. The truth was put out there. You hear my side and that person's side. And here we are having to address it yet again. Despite all the accusations, I still hold out hope that we can move on like grown women.
Even in old interviews, when Doe spoke about their marriage, he always seemed careful, like he was picking his words to avoid setting her off. In one clip, he described their relationship as a beautiful challenge. That's not exactly a glowing review. That sounds like someone who's trying to express frustration without sparking a fight. It's what someone says when they love their partner, but feel suffocated at the same time. Then there's the infamous wedding every year thing. For years, Jackie has made a huge deal about how she and Doe renew their vows annually. It was marketed as romantic, a sign of lasting love. But now, some people are seeing it differently. It's starting to look like a tactic to keep Doe tied to her, not out of passion, but out of fear. Close friends say Doe never even wanted all that attention. He went along with it just to avoid conflict, to keep the peace. And then came the breaking point, the moment that flipped everything on its head. During a recent Basketball Wives episode, Jackie was doing what she always does, stirring the pot at a group dinner, throwing shade, making a scene. But this time, something shifted. In the middle of her rant, Doe suddenly interrupted her. He slammed the table and said firmly, "That's enough, Jackie." The entire room froze. Doe, the man who never speaks up, had just publicly shut Jackie down. And it wasn't just what he said, it was how he said it. His voice was low but sharp, full of years of bottled-up frustration. You could hear the exhaustion in every syllable. It wasn't about that one dinner, it was everything. Decades of holding it all in came pouring out in a single sentence. And Jackie? Her expression was priceless. She looked stunned, like someone had pulled the plug on her entire program. It was the first time she had been publicly checked by her own husband, and she didn't know how to react. The rest of the cast noticed it too. You could see the surprise on their faces. Some even glanced at each other. Wait, did Doe just check Jackie? That one moment changed the entire vibe of the evening. And since the episode aired, fans haven't stopped talking about it. Social media lit up with clips, reactions, and deep dives. People started rewatching old episodes, looking at Doe's body language with new eyes. One person tweeted, "You can see the pain in Doe's eyes in every scene." That man was crying in silence. Another wrote, "He didn't just slam that table. He slammed down 20 years of emotional pain." But the story doesn't stop there. Jackie's daughter Chantal has hinted for years that things weren't as perfect as they seemed. She said in the past that her mom treats Doe like a puppet, while doing whatever she wants behind the scenes. But now, Doe's daughter from a previous relationship is speaking up too, and she's not holding back. This daughter, who's been mostly silent over the years, is now revealing some upsetting truths. According to her, Jackie deliberately isolated Doe from parts of his own family. There were multiple family events. Doe was invited to birthdays, reunions, even funerals that he didn't attend. Whenever the family reached out, Jackie would reportedly say Doe was busy or just ignore the invite. But his daughter says those absences weren't Doe's decisions. She claims Jackie purposely kept him away and even made him feel guilty for wanting to reconnect with relatives. It goes deeper. She alleges that if a family member didn't get along with Jackie, they were automatically cut off. No discussions, no second chances. And sometimes, when she'd call Doe directly, Jackie would answer the phone, claim Doe wasn't available, and never pass along the message. It's heartbreaking, because at this point, it's not about reality TV anymore. It's about a man being shut out from his own loved ones, not by choice, but by force. And Doe's daughter isn't bitter or seeking fame. She's been quiet for a long time. She's only speaking now because she says it's gotten out of hand. She's watching her father slowly lose contact with the people who genuinely love him, and she's done staying quiet. When you put all the pieces together, the explosive dinner scene, the stepdaughter's claims, the years of behavior, it paints a troubling picture. It seems like Doe is finally realizing the truth of the relationship he's been stuck in for so long. And fans are seeing it too. Let's be honest, Jackie has always wanted to be the main star. From the moment she joined the show, she made sure her voice was the loudest. If she didn't have a storyline, she created one. Whether it was picking fights with newcomers or creating drama out of nothing, Jackie knew how to keep the cameras on her. But now, people are saying she didn't just use drama to stay relevant, she used Doe. When you look back, it's easy to see the pattern. Jackie used Doe's envy, a career, as a launchpad. He had a long, successful run in the league. No scandals, no drama, just hard work and a clean reputation. That image gave Jackie a kind of credibility early in the show's run, especially when most of the cast was dealing with messy divorces or cheating scandals. Jackie had the loyal husband. She made sure everyone knew it. But here's the kicker: the loyalty may not have gone both ways. People now believe Jackie used Doe's quiet, steady presence to balance out her chaos. He made her look more grounded, more stable. And over time, what looked like a real marriage began to feel more like a performance. Doe became the background character. His role was to nod when she spoke, show up for the yearly vow renewals, and then fade into the shadows. But no one can play a role forever. Eventually, someone's going to break character. And if Doe is finally reaching his limit, maybe the real story was never about Jackie being a devoted wife. Maybe it was about her holding onto control, turning their relationship into a tool for fame, branding, and storyline survival. And now? Now, the mask is slipping. The truth is starting to come out. Doe's voice is being heard for the first time in years. His family is speaking up. The audience is watching closely. And Jackie? She's no longer the one controlling the narrative. What happens next is anybody's guess. But one thing is clear this time: Doe's not staying silent. And there you have it. Doe Christie is finally breaking his silence after years of standing in the shadows of Jackie's chaos. From controlling behavior to family isolation, it looks like the truth is finally rising to the surface. What seemed like a picture-perfect marriage is now being exposed for what it really was: one-sided loyalty and silent suffering. Doe's recent actions, his daughter's emotional claims, and the shift in his body language all point to a man who's had enough. Fans are rallying behind him, realizing that sometimes the quietest ones are the ones carrying the heaviest burdens. And now, after decades of silence, Doe's voice is finally being heard. What do you think? Was Jackie really protecting her marriage? Or was she just controlling the narrative the whole time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is the kind of tea we need to talk about. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown like this. I'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it continues to unfold, and you know I'll be back with every twist and turn. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.